Hi all, so I purchased this endoscope or borescope on Amazon. It's for use with your smartphone and I just wanted to do a quick review of it for you, show you the results you get, show you how easy it is to use as well. Okay, so let's jump in and let's take a closer look. Okay, so I've got my endoscope unboxed. So what do you actually get supplied in the kit? So naturally you're going to get the endoscope itself, and you can see here that there's a little controller, and I will show you this later, but you have a button on here and that's going to be used for taking photos or starting your video. And then you have a little wheel here on the side which is used to adjust the brightness of the LED lights that are at the end of the endoscope. So this actually has 8 LED lights, which is fantastic. And the ability to adjust the brightness is so important because sometimes you can get flare back in any reflective materials. So it's good that you have the ability just to reduce the brightness down so that you can see what you're inspecting more clearly, and it's great that that's included in this one. So in terms of length, it's 16.4 feet, so it's a really good length, and it is this semi-rigid as well, which is fantastic. You can see there just how rigid that is, and that's going to be great for going through pipes, you know, pushing this through from a long distance. That's really good. Some of the other ones that I've looked at are really floppy. They're very, very flimsy and you can't push them through, or you can to a certain extent, but once you get to a certain length they stop pushing. This one won't do that because it is that semi-rigid structure to it. Okay, you also get your user guide in here, but it is super simple to use. You simply download an app on your smartphone. That can be for iOS, it can be for Android. So this is going to work well with your iPhone, your iPod, or your Android phone. And there's a QR code in the manual there that you can use just to download the app that will be used with this endoscope. Okay, so on the end here, you can see that you have a USB-C connector, but you do have an adapter here for a lightning port, which is what I'm going to be using on my iPhone 14. If you have an iPhone 15 or 16, you can actually just plug that straight into the USB-C port. And you also have a USB Mini A adapter there as well. So a really great compatibility with the connectors that are provided. You also get in here some connectors that go on the end of the endoscope, which is great to see. So I'm just going to pop that open and show you what you get with that. So you can see that there's 4 connectors there. So the first one here is a hook. So if you're trying to hook something, that's going to be great. That just clips onto the end there. You also have this one, which is a magnet. So if you're trying to get a ring that's fallen down a drain or a plug hole or something like that, then you can just use the magnet attachment, which is great. And you also get this one here, which is a mirror. So sometimes when you're investigating, say into a car engine, for example, you may not want to see what is directly ahead, but you may want to see what's at an angle. So you can just put this mirror attachment on here. This little ring here is just really a protective adapter that goes on the end. So if you're using this, say, in areas where there's sharp objects, such as rocks, for example, you can click that on and it just gives that little bit of protection at the end of the endoscope. Okay, so I've said what it does is plug and play. So you simply just pop this on once you've got the app installed, which I'm going to show you now. So what about in terms of the resolution? So this is a HD camera and you're going to get 1920 by 1440 resolution with this camera. Absolutely fantastic. And this is waterproof as well. Yes, you can't leave this in water for long periods of time, but if you're going down into water, there's going to be absolutely no problem because this is IP rated and it is classed as waterproof as well, which is fantastic. And those 8 lights are going to give you a really good picture as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this connected up and I'll show you the results on my phone. Okay, so I've got the app installed on my smartphone, so I'm on iOS here, so this will work anything over iOS 9.0, and with Android it's anything 4.4 and above, so really a very wide selection of phones that you can actually use this with. And why I love this is because you can buy an endoscope with the control unit, but why, when you already have the capability within your phone? You can just put this away in a drawer, and whenever you need it around the home, in the garage or in the workshop, you can just pull it out, plug it into your phone, and you're good to go. So what I've done is I've just popped the lightning adapter here on the end because I have an iPhone 14. And what I'm going to do is just plug that in. So you can see there it's saying that there's no device connected, and this is what I mean by plug and play. So you just simply pop that into your phone like so. You can, and there you go, we're already in, and you can see the light there on the end of the endoscope, the 8 lights, LED lights there. And you can see there that I have my picture here, and we can switch from video, and we can actually switch over to photo as well. So that's now on video. If I press record, and then that puts you back over to photo. You also have the ability to zoom there as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get a piece of tubing, and I'm just going to run the endoscope down so that you can see just how good this camera is on this endoscope. Okay, so to demonstrate this endoscope to you, I've got this vacuum cleaner hose here. So it's black inside, it's got this really rough edge to it, so we'll see how well this semi-rigid endoscope pushes down, and also it's very bendy as well, so it's going to see how well it goes around a curved tube as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll just leave that on the screen. And what I will do, as you can see there, there is actually no light on the endoscope at the moment. So just using the wheel here on the little adapter, this little control unit here on the endoscope, I'm just going to start turning that up. I'll get that up to 4, and you can see there that we've got full brightness now, which we're going to need down this tube. Okay, so let's see how well that works.